What you see before you is perhaps two of the most portable boards on the market. Pretty much every single chessboard is portable, but some are smaller than others, which makes it carrying it around a lot easier. So on the left here, you see the Millennium eONE, and on the right here, you see the Chessnut GO. Both are excellent choices for e-chessboards for many people. And also a lot of people have also asked me to do a size comparison between. So that's just what this video here is going to be about, just strictly comparison to size. Again, I recommend both boards. They both are pretty nice. I like both of them. So there you have that. So all right, we're going to start on the left side here. We're going to measure the actual size of the board square. The Millennium is about 12 inches, 12 1/4 inches, or 31 millimeters square. And each square on the board is about, let me make that a little closer here, is about 1 3/16 or 3 millimeters square. All right, so for the Chessnut Air, it's going to take a little different dimensions because this here is more in a somewhat of a rectangular shape here. So we have about 10.5 inches or 26.5 millimeters wide, and about 9 inches or 23 millimeters tall. As far as the square size on the Chessnut Air Go is a little less than 3 millimeters. So it's about 2.7 millimeters, or about 1 inch and 1/16. So the squares are slightly smaller on the Air, and the overall profile is smaller. So that's a comparison that way. So let's take a look at how wide each board is, or the width. Well, not width, the height. If you look at it from the side, I don't know how well this is going to come through. I'm gonna try to do the best I can to make this. So it's about 2 millimeters high here. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's approximately how high this here is. 2 millimeters high. I mean 2 centimeters. Sorry, 2 centimeters high. Sorry, 2 centimeters high. All right. So now in order for me, I'm gonna have to break out the old micrometer here, and I'll tell you how wide the Chessnut Go is. So in millimeters, the part here that contains the Bluetooth module and things like that is about, let's get this in the screen here, is about, let's scroll that down, is about 8.6 millimeters, this right here. And on the side here, this is about 4.4 millimeters. So you see how wide that is. So very compact. Both boards, I got to say, in terms of like picking them up, you can pick this up easily with one hand because of the casing around it. Feels pretty good. Nothing feels flimsy. And likewise, although this is very thin, they have done, I don't know what you can tell here, but they have done some kind of engineering here. And this thing here feels pretty good. Nothing feels flimsy at all. I mean, this thing weighs, I don't know how much it weighs, but let me pick this up here. I mean, this one weighs a little bit more, but this has some weight. Don't think that because it's thin, it does not. Trust me, this thing has some weight to it. So it definitely feels premium. It feels sturdy. And I don't think that when you put it in your hand, you're going to say this is a quality product. The same thing. When you pick this up, you're going to say this feels, pretty good in the hand. So, all right. So the last thing we're going to compare here is the actual sizes of the pieces. I'm not going to measure the height of the pieces. I'm only going to just measure the weights. I'm just going to do a side-by-side comparison of each piece. So let's, first of all, let's just do a comparison for each piece, first of all. Now let me zoom in. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it this way. Slide this right here on the scale. So if we turn this on, we're not going to worry about calibrating the scale. This is close enough. If we look at both pawns, this right here is the Millennium pawn. That's the Chessnut pawn. Chessnut pawn weighs 2.5 grams, and the Millennium pawn weighs 5.6 grams. Okay, so now we move on to the queens. Queens on the left side, you see the Millennium Queen. On the right side, you see the Chestnut Queen. Millennium Queen weighs 7.2 grams, and the Chestnut Queen weighs 4.6 grams. Okay, so knights. Let's get the white knight here. On the left side, you see here, on the left side, you see the Millennium Knight, right side, Chestnut Knight. The Millennium Knight weighs 7.4 grams, and the Chestnut Knight weighs about 3.9 grams. Okay, so let's go on to a bishop. Here's the bishop here. Bishop's looking nice, looking pretty cool. The Millennium Bishop weighs 6.4 grams, and the Chessnut Go weighs 3.8 grams. Now on to the rooks. Go ahead and grab a rook here. Again, on the left is a Millennium, right Chestnut. So Millennium weighs 6.8 grams, and the Chessnut Go rook weighs 4.2 grams. Lastly, let's take a look at the kings here. Again, Millennium King on the left, Chestnut King on the right. Millennium King weighs 7.3 grams, and the Chestnut Go weighs 5.1 grams. So there you have it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been a video just strictly of the size comparison and the piece comparison of the Millennium eONE, the Chessnut Go.